Good morning, everybody. Good morning. It's a good morning in this town. I hope it's good morning all around town. Good morning. Feels like 2022 was the last time I was here. What's this taking a week off business all about, Hags? What? Thank you for letting me have the week off. My batteries are recharged. Good morning, everyone. Batteries filled. Charged at 100%. I'm like at 100% right now, you guys. The batteries are, that green light, it's all the way at the top. Do what makes you happy. Nothing. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yeah. Do what makes you happy. Good morning. What a bunch of weirdos, nerdy. Good morning. Cobalt. Cobalt, king of the like button. Thank you. Give me 5 people that think this is cute. Give me 5 people. I missed you, Woz. Give me 5 people. I can't go to 10. I just can't get there yet. I still am stuck at 5. I've been at 5 for 4 years. One of these days we're going to say, give me 10 people. What about this? Cute? You know what's interesting about it? Check this out. It's like a friend of that one, right? They're literally like the same. The Mushroom Fan Club guy. And then I also have this other friend. She's slipping. Would you like an adventure or shall we have tea first? What do you guys think? Adventure? Tea first? Or, wait. How do I fix this? Uh-oh. There we go. All the cool kids hit the like button. Good morning. Bill D, someone sent you that for Christmas. Isn't that great? Isn't it great? I love you guys so much. This came from Aaron Shamrock. I don't know if Aaron's going to be here this morning. But yesterday morning there was a package on the front steps. It had this in there. It had a Star Trek. It had a Star Trek model for Brock. Yeah, somebody sent, what a surprise. Lego. What a surprise. I think Brock's already done with it. What if I told you guys a couple of really quick things? Good morning, Cobalt. I'm glad you're on time. Pump up the like buttons. Good morning. What a week off. Well, it was a week off from tea. We still had a lot of other stuff that we did. I've got to be honest with you. But boy, I missed you guys. I miss I do. This isn't just blop blop. I don't like to be full of crap anymore. I used to be full of crap a lot. Now it's just a teeny bit. And I'll tell you, I really missed it. Um, I literally missed it. But at the other side, I'm like, but I'm doing self-love. I've taught everybody about self-love. This is self-care. It's self-care for me to be here in the morning too, though. Because I like the whole time where I get ready for our opportunity to meet here in the morning. Because I have to study a little bit. I have to read and I have to get involved and I have to say, I don't want to just pop in there without a clean shirt on, right? And knowing a little something, something. So last week I didn't have to do any of that. Last week I lazed around in the morning until it was go to the grow house time. So thank you guys. I missed you. I mean that in the most sincere and not like a platitude. Oh, I missed you. I really missed you guys. I missed going to the gym. I missed going to my therapy classes. Right? Good morning. Do you know what red squirrels do? Brazil Marines. Good morning, Brazil. Billy, I missed you guys too. Nerdy Sane. Gosh, I missed your smile. Every time I think of you, I think of smiles. Yep. Oh, geez. What, did we go walleye fishing this weekend? Or wait a minute. We got in the water. Who wants a... I'm just going to give you about 2 minutes of fish report. It's always funny to do on a Tuesday because it seems like it was last week already. But fish report. So we get there, and we're literally, there's one other boat pulling into the ramp right about the same time that we are. Probably the first people in the water on Saturday morning. And I was surprised because I figured 4th of July weekend, there would be a lot more traffic on the river. A lot of people out there, getting their lines wet. Especially you newbies. No, I'm calling people newbies. Do you know that the 2 guys that I fished with, I figured it out this weekend. Toucan, I got your message. I'll get back to you. There's 2 guys I fish with. You guys know who they are. There's Captain Jeff. Amazing captain, but he's also a really, really, really good person. And Kevin, same thing. Kevin's super duper shy. You guys never see pictures of Kevin. On my IG over the weekend, you'll see a picture of Kevin. 2 years ago, we used to have a whole campaign. Where's Kevin? Where's Kevin? Kevin wouldn't let you take pictures of him. Nobody knew. You all heard of Kevin, but nobody knew him. What a good man he is, too. A little on the lonely side. I wish he'd hang around with us a little bit more. Between the 2 of them, I'm fishing with 2 guys that have about 95 years of fishing experience between the 2 of them. I'm coming along on this goofball from Southern California who's fished like 3 times in his whole life. Not ocean fishing, total different, but freshwater, no nothing, completely. I caught a bass this big once, and I'm 63, 62 years old, and can I go with you guys? Can I go fishing? 3.5 years later, we're probably the best crew on the whole river. You can't outfish us. Can't happen. Pop stands in his little spot in the back of the boat. One little corner, I'm back there all but boop, 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 into the net. Boop. I'm a machine, I tell ya. This weekend, the 3 of us go out. So I have like 3 years, they have 95. RX. That's some OG stuff right there. Okay, Joe D's, we'll outfish you from here to tomorrow in an hour. Okay? I'll tell you right now. Yeah, they'll squawk right at you. Um, I can't even tell you how many we caught. We lose track after a while. Okay? We lose track. Excuse me. So we got out there. Hags, we could be in the Olympics. The problem is, here's the truth. I gotta be honest with you. Shh. Listen. Kevin and Jeff don't need pops on the boat. They're gonna go out there, they're gonna kill fish no matter what. They're fish killers. Psst. Don't tell anybody you expect if Jeff's watching. Pops brings a little bit of good luck charm to the boat. It's just like fish charisma. I'm a walking fish whistle. I'm a walking fish whistle. They hear me coming. They're like, oh God, can we just get in the boat with those guys? So if I'm out on the back of the boat, Jeff's like, I wish that, here's the problem. When they do tournaments, it's always two people. Two people get to be in the boat. That's it. You don't have a 3-person tournament. So of course, if Jeff's gonna go in a tournament, he's taking Kevin with him. Of course, I would. 95 years. You don't bring the 3-year guy that just whistles at fish. Okay? Yeah, there's sturgeon in our river, but they're very hard to find, catch. And besides, we don't really fish for them. It's more of a specific targeted fish. Anyways, we got out there, and by 8 o'clock, about 3 or 4 minutes after 8 o'clock, we had our boat limit. That's 6 each you're allowed. So there were 3 of us on the boat. We're allowed 18. And after that, it's so funny what happens. You really stress. It's like you're not even fishing right now. You have to get your limit. And then after you get your limit, it's like, oh, let me just keep fishing because it's only 8 o'clock in the morning. And I planned on being out here till at least 10. So now what do? Well, you just fish back and forth. You go find new spots. You look for, store information. You keep catching fish because you can't help it because Pops is on the boat. And you release. So that's what you do. You catch and release. So for the rest of the morning, we're releasing. The fish were not huge. 5 or 6 of them real nice size. The rest of them, our limit legal size is 15 inches. You're allowed to get 115. We have 2 spots on the boat with measurements attached, tapes attached, and you'll take your fish and you'll hold it up there. If you think it's anything even close to 15 inches, we check it first before we save it into the live well. Has to be over 15. I got to tell you about 4 of them because we're still trying to catch our 18. Later, we catch bigger one, and we wish we could throw these back, but you can't. So about 4 of them were 15 1/4 inches. Just like I'm telling you, 1/4 inch over. And we're like, keep it. We need our 18. Okay, we have them. We get out of, we land. We go to our ramp. We're done for the day, 10:15 or so. We're talking with the boat lady, the ramp lady, our ranger, Deb. She's just an amazing girl. She watches our show here later on during the day. She's one of those people. Do you know there's 78 of us live here right now? Do you know how many watched last, at just our average show in a day, in a 24-hour period, a single show is getting close to 2,000 views. So you guys we're the lucky livers. A single show is getting close to 2,000 views a day. Yeah, that people are going, oh, boy, hey, gotta go watch that TV show. You know, the TV show you don't always watch live. You tape it and you go back and watch. I'm that's just like, because we forget about that. And Brock, thanks Brock. That's right. Was and Mondays and all of last week the analytics go way up. All of a sudden we get more subscribers. Okay, you're right. It's true. I'm pretty darn sure we can measure that someday. That's quite a number. That's pretty exciting. So back to the fish. Now we're all of a sudden the guy with the lights on his truck pulls up. I'm like, oh geez. Officer, Michigan conservation officer, works for the Department of Natural Resources, Michigan DNR. He was big and he was scary. And he carried a gun. And he had like a bulletproof vest underneath his uniform. I mean, this guy wanted to arrest a fish. He was out there to arrest a fish come heck or high water. He was gonna either arrest a fish or shoot a fish. Okay? Hagues, Michigan DNR don't play. Ask Badgie here. Okay? So no. This guy, like, he came out, I mean, he looked like a poster child. And he was a good guy. Let me tell you straight up, at the end of the day, more than did his job as a gentleman and as a great representative of DNR. I'm just telling you, when you're walking up, you're like, oh gosh, this guy's gonna shoot a fish. Well, instead, he's bringing over his own gauge, his own length gauge. And he puts it down and he starts talking just, hey, so how you guys do today? How many did you catch? And he'd like to see them. He starts going through them and I'm like, uh-oh, those ones that were 15 and a quarter, I sure hope they stay 15 and a quarter and they didn't shrink in the live well. But he goes through almost all of the fish. Even though you know you don't have to put on the board. Come on, you know that's a 20-incher. You know it is. Oh, but I gotta put it on there and I gotta check. So he does. Next thing you know, he asks for our licenses. Our fish licenses. Kevin pulls his out, no problem. Jeff pulls his out, no problem. Pops goes to pull his out on. I didn't have it with me. True story. I didn't have it with me. Okay, but I feel like, thanks. I'm the bad guy standing there like, okay. And the fish killing marshal is standing there looking at me like, you're fishing in my river without a license. And I go, wait a minute. I go, Jeff. Jeff's standing there. I go, Jeff, would you show him the picture? The day I got my license, the day I got my license, I sent a picture, took a picture, and I sent it to Jeff to save on his pop file, on his phone. Okay, because I know darn good well I'm going to forget this thing one of these days. I know I'm going to. So Jeff has on his phone a copy of my fish license. Okay? This guy's like, what? I go, yeah, the captain, I go, he won't even let you on the boat. I told him, I'm looking him straight in the eye, I go, he won't even let you on the boat if you don't text him a copy of your license, and he keeps them in an alphabetical file on his phone. And the warden looks over at Captain Jeff. Jeff's keeping his like a straight face. He looks over at Jeff and goes, you do? And Yeah, we like to follow the rules here, sir. He reaches over. When he reaches over, he shakes his sir. This is the fish killing bad guy. He reaches over and he shakes his hand. He goes, I gotta shake your hand. He goes, that is outstanding. Oh yeah, I keep a file of everybody that I'll ever let on my boat. It's in my phone right now, sir. Okay. Meanwhile, I'm just standing around. I don't even have to grab for my wallet. I'm just, no, just ask the captain. He's got my license. Don't worry about it. It was like, all right, all right. Is that a good story? Come on, tell me the truth. You know we had it covered. I'm not out there fishing. I can't fish dirty. I can ride dirty. I can drive dirty. I can take stuff to the mail dirty, but I can't fish dirty. Okay? It's a true story. I'm just like, check with the captain. He's got police. And of course he had it. Of course. He didn't delete it like I probably would have. I would have like, oh, who needs this? Yeah. Oh, gosh. Now tell me he doesn't have 95 years of experience. That takes 95 years of experience. Okay? Bill, you know what I'm talking about? He can ride dirty, but you can't fish dirty. No, 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 no. They'll get you. Oh, that's some good stuff. Those are great stories. We don't need no stinking license, Hanks. Oh, boy, you do in Michigan. Okay. And Captain Jeff runs a tight ship. And that's why the fish love us. They're like, you know what? Because here's the second part of the story. Here's the second, because he also has 8 different eyes. Jeff does. He can see boats. Okay, you see that boat over there? It happened when the first time I got on the boat with him. He goes, you see that guy over there? It's like 400 football fields away. And there's a guy, and he's just putting his bag of Cheetos away on his boat. He's eating some Cheetos, and he puts the bag away. Well, I didn't even see any of that. But Jeff sees the orange bag. He sees the whole thing. I'm still struggling with get a worm on my hook. He's going, see that guy over there? He goes, I bet you won't catch another fish all day. I'm like, how do you know? Leave him alone. He's in a boat 400 yards away. He goes, he just took a couple of handfuls of Cheetos, never washed his hands, and then next thing you know, he baited his hook, and the fish are not going to go for that at all. Worms with Cheetos. He's like, he's over there spots the flaws in other people's worm presentations from 400 feet away. Okay, he's got Cheeto dust. I don't know. I don't know if it was a Cheeto or a potato chip or something. Anyways, whatever it was, the fish weren't going to like it. And Jeff's like, we don't do Cheetos on this boat. Okay. So anyways, here's Jeff's 8th eyes looking around the parking lot. This is after we've also, it just explains his thinking process. That's right, nerdy. That's exactly what it did to me. First time I was ever on his boat, I'm like, this dude pays attention to everything, man. I mean, and he has a logical reason for the stuff that he says or thinks. Okay? Okay. RX is like, hey, every one of my fish lures smell like weed. He only catches the heads. All right. Final story. So here we are. Jeff's 8th eye. Getting in the boat, and we're starting to leave. He goes, did you notice that the marshal, the conservation officer, he wrapped up one of that guy's fish in like a towel, and he took it over to his truck? And I think back, I go, yeah, I guess I did notice that, but it didn't register. It didn't register. And he goes, yeah, that guy's getting a ticket. I go, we're driving. He goes, yeah, that guy's getting a ticket. I go, what? And he goes, yeah, it was a short. He goes, it was undersized. Those guys caught 2. They caught 2. And one of them was undersized. And they're getting written up right now. We're driving away. We got our 18. We got our licenses handled. We got everything. And conservation officers out there busting them still. I guess if you're out there all day and you're only catching 2, you try to sneak one in. And you don't expect the guy to be at the dock. Okay? But that's what happens. 50%. Okay, that's the end of my fish story. Yeah, oh, DV boy, that'd be, what a terrible day of fishing. I'm not going back to that dock. That dock sucks. Yeah. No, you just got the wrong guy holding your fishing license. You should get one of those guys with 95 years of experience between 2 of them. Always expect to see them hump Badgie. Badgie, you know what? In my 3.5 years now, I have 3 full seasons and then half this year. First time we've ever been rolled up on. So I like saying it like I'm a tough guy. Rolled up on. First time we've ever been rolled up on. What else am I supposed? What else do I call it? First time that the Department of Natural Resources ever asked us for correctional liminal information. Let's just get rolled up on, okay? How about this guy? Red squirrels. Red squirrels. Drop your poles. Which poles, sir? It was a great day of fishing. We fished, caught our 18, and then we fished for another 2 hours, just releasing, enjoying the morning together. Thanking nature for being nature, enjoying Michigan's resources. Ran into this little thing on the ramp, and now we have a good story to tell. And Pops did get home. I did print out my little license. It is now stuffed into my wallet. And even though I'll rely on Jeff at all times, I will have my own thing to show next time. So I don't look so... I think he has it on his phone. They could search it by your license number anyways. So he said, don't worry, because if you had a license and it's current, he goes, I would have been able to tell it from that. I'm like, oh, okay, then don't carry the thing. All right, no, carry it. And then Jeff says, it just makes them less inspectional. They have less reason to inspect anything. Do you have the life preservers? Do you have the latest and greatest? Do you have red squirrels? Red squirrels are able to make their own mushroom jerky. We have little creatures out there. We have black squirrels in my neighborhood, black and gray. I don't have a red. Red squirrels are smart. They make their own mushroom jerky. This is not a joke. Hags, they've been filmed in nature making mushroom jerky. What do you think about that? They're trying to store it over winter. You know how you think that, we're going to store a bunch of nuts in a tree, a hole in the tree? They've also taken and hang out their fungi to dry between tree branches. Mushroom jerky is less likely to infect their other larder of food with insects, larvae, and nematodes. They've figured it out. We're going to separate out our mushrooms that we save and hang in the tree branches over winter. We don't want them sitting on top of the bag of nuts. They put on top of the bag of nuts and it creates like now next thing you know you get a larva and stuff starts growing. No. Wow. Now we're just talking mushrooms. Don't get carried away. But that's pretty cool, am I right? You know what most mammals have a reproductive cycle? Boom, that's it, we're out. Humans are one of the very few that we have that, assumed reproductive time, 40, maybe 50. And then after that, we're one of the very few that continue to live and be productive. One of the very few mammals that do that. I didn't realize that. Most mammals don't live long after their reproductive years are over. In my case, it would have been 22. It was like when I had Brock. I'm not going to live much longer, you guys. I'm going to live till like 23, I think. Most mammals don't live long enough don't live long after their reproductive years are over. Only a few do, such as whales. Only a couple of kind of whales, too. Killer whales and pilot whales. Human beings and some great apes. The rest, they're checking out. They're out of it. That's pretty crazy. Blue jays. Blue jays. I always picture a blue jay as being, once you're blue forever. That's it, you're going to be blue. Not so fast in the late summer and fall. How about a cardinal? You're blue and you're red. Sorry, both of you, you're going bald. It's part of their natural molting. All of a sudden, they're not blue or they're not red. They lose all their feathers gradually. And sometimes they lose them all at once. They'll walk around bald for about a week, and then they start growing them back. Their winter feathers. That's pretty crazy. There's something else in here I wanted to tell you about. Oh, this is sad. This is sad. There are only 3 northern white rhinos left in the world as of June 2018. I don't even know how many now. Northern white rhinos. There was 1 male and 2 females that live in captivity in northern Kenya. That's it. On the whole planet Earth. We're killing our species left and right. It makes me so sad. Oh, it does. I have 1 or 2 more of these. This one's going to freak you out. We don't usually talk about, well, we did last time I was here, actually. I talked about the JJs. In nature. We don't tend to talk about human vajayjays here. But why is it okay to talk about in nature, an animal's vajayjay? Why am I more comfortable with that? I am. I'm much more comfortable talking about an animal's vajayjay than like just a regular person, a nice lady. Come on, give me some feedback on that. What do you think that is? Why? That's weird. Now I think about it. Why could I be so open about like maybe a kangaroo's vajayjay, a mongoose, but not my next door neighbor, the lady next door? Why? Shouldn't I be able to talk about the lady next doors just like maybe like a giraffe vajayjay? It's weird. It's religion. We were Western countrified. The kangaroo's not offended. Why would the lady next door? It's like, stop it, Pops. You're close to the edge. Nipper, it's weird though, right? So theirs isn't sexualized. CCS isn't nailing it. And Waz, your neighbor, the lady next door, you're the first one to laugh. I gotta make Waz laugh or I'm never happy. I missed Waz's laugh all last week. I miss it. Except once in a while he texts me something hilarious. But you know what I'm talking about? Like, I'm very comfortable. I'm gonna tell you guys something about a female spotted hyena and her vajayjay. I have no problem with that. If I told you about Debbie's next door, you'd probably cancel me. It's weird. It's weird. It's just a thought. All right, here we go. We're not going to talk about her. We're not talking about the lady next door. We're going to talk about female spotted hyenas. Martins, I'm so confused. What did I scroll into? Welcome to the confusion, Martin. Okay? Patches, we don't even want to hear about it, Pops. Okay. We're going to talk about this one, a female spotted hyena. They don't actually have a vajayjay. What? They don't actually, I'm reading this directly. I'm not even going to make it up. You know how I make stuff up here all the time? And you guys have to figure it out. Is he telling the truth, isn't he? This one, I'm not even going to make it up. How does a female spotted hyena not have a vajayjay? Instead, she has a type of, I'm just going to ask you guys to read it for yourself. It's called Discovery Learning. Okay, she has a type of, there it is. That's what she has. You can't read it? Oh, yeah. She's got a pee-pee. All right? I know you want to know more. I know you want to know more. Where is it? Where is it? I'm reading directly. Female spotted hyenas don't actually have a vagina. One more time. But they have a type of pseudopenis. Wait for it. Wait for it. Male hyenas. Male hyenas. Get your ego out of the way. Watch what's going to happen. Typically, it's significantly larger than the male counterpart. What? Okay, wait a minute. And, of course, the female spotted hyena is considered the most dominant of her species. Okay. Maybe it's not so pseudo. I don't even know how her whole thing works then. This was going to take some serious study. If Penny was here, she'd have already looked it up for us. That's going to take some serious work. Nova JJ, she has a pseudo-situational, and the pseudo-situational is significantly larger than the male's situational. I leave you with that, okay? I leave you with that. I'm heading off to National Geographic to look this stuff up, okay? Good morning, everybody. Do you know how much I missed you? Did you guys miss Pops? Give me 5 people. Give me 5 people that missed Rando Factos. We're gonna do all kinds of interesting stuff about psilocybin tomorrow and Thursday. from that great Tricycle Day magazine. Some really good articles, but gosh darn it, I missed you guys. And I missed, animal discussion of animal reproduction situationals. Okay? Not quite as much. Not quite as much. What I miss, you don't sit around all by yourself and just laugh your tail off so hard you start spinning in your chair. Okay? That doesn't happen normally, but it happens here. You guys do it. There's so many funny things you guys say to me. It's wonderful. It really is. Give me give me a car part. Give me a car part. Go. This is on any car. Give me a car part, and it's not alternator. Don't even try it. Give me a car part. And it's not alternator, you goofballs. That's hilarious. Well, we still think it's alternator or beaver butt. It's not a beaver butt either. Okay, this is going to be on the outside of the car, by the way. This is on the outside of the car. Give me a car part. Give me a car part. Good one, exception. She knows cars. Give me a car part. Anybody, first person to give me a car part is going to get a small little something sent to them. I'm going to send you something fun. You have to get outside the car and you have to look at it. Every one of the cars outside have one of these. I haven't seen it on my screen yet, even though we all know that the lag is real. I have not seen it on my screen. There it is, tree stump, tree stump, tree stump. I had written down license plate, tree stump. Tree Stumperton was the first person here to say license plate on my screen. So Tree Stump, I'm going to be sending you a 10-pack of Pop's Micro Caps, 200 milligrams each of the Ghost that we grow. Deadly. And I'm going to be sending you a thank you card. Thank you. And you're like, well, it's a big deal. Turn the thank you card over, go to the website, and you're going to have 25% off of anything you want. Anytime you want, one time. So all you have to do is send us a picture of this and order anything you want, 25% off. I'll be dropping this in the mail to you as soon as you send me your address at... Wait for it. The DetroitMushLab.net. All you have to do is scroll to the bottom of that site. There's an email there. There's a place you can reach out to me, ask me any questions, and then we'll figure out if you did want to get something, and it's no stress if you don't. Okay? So, that's a quick giveaway. We're going to do some quick giveaways during the week this week, kind of like that. Maybe this and that, a little bit of the other. Okay? You guys ready? Okay. Penny, it probably doesn't even matter what they think. Okay? It probably doesn't even matter. Let's talk about something that does matter. You know, it's a weird thing. I'm going to get into our reading right now because it's going to take about 15 to 20 minutes. Thank you, Penny. You're a doll. I love you. I love you. Thank you, Mushroom Farmers Guild. I appreciate you for saying that out loud. I'm on page 173, chapter 37 in a book that we've really come to love called Wow, How to Be Love and How to Be Loved. I love you, Penny. This is a fascinating chapter. I started reading it yesterday, and I went off on a tangent with other things relative to this. And I said, let's talk about this in just a touch of detail. This concept of worrying, we can't help it. We're programmed, me, everybody. And it's one of the ways that we grow spiritually is when we care less about what other people think about us. Because it's deadly. It damages lives, has mine for occasions. I care so much about what someone thinks about me that I become not me. So I could be what that was supposed to be. And I'm trying to fill some weird hole with your opinion of me. And it's addictive. It could be addictive. And then once something's addictive, it's usually, there are positive addictions, like watching TV, but there's negative addictions like this would be. And the funny part is we don't really stop for even a moment and say, how old is that thought? Remember we did it a couple weeks ago? We said, where's this judge? How old is this judge? This critic inside me. We found out he was a toddler. My toddler ego. And I'm literally listening to my toddler ego and being guided by that sometimes. Because I didn't first stop and say, wait a minute. Am I really going to listen to a toddler ego and allow myself to be criticized and judged internally by that? Which I know wasn't well-formed in the first place. Do you guys remember that? What about that? The same thing happens. If I want to be impressed, I impress you, or you think, oh, I'm the best. The only thing we know about each other, check this out. The only thing that we know about each other is our pasts. It's the only thing we know about each other. I don't know anything about your future. I can't even begin to describe your future. I know nothing about it. Kind of neither do you, but you're closer to knowing something about your future than I am. The only thing I can know about you is your past. The only way you can be judged, quote unquote, is based off of your past. It doesn't really matter if others admire us or loathe us. They can only form their opinion based on what we've done in the past, not who we are today, in the present. That's crazy. It's the only thing. Who has the clearest view of who you are? I'm asking for feedback on this one. Give me 2 or 3 people to answer that question. Who has the clearest view of who you are? Your wife? Your kids? They're certainly close. Your mom, maybe. Higgs, Kim, Niffy. You have the clearest view. You know every one of your pasts. You know all about them. When I think about Niffer and her past, you know what I think about? The hugs and the pretty girl that I met at Muchfest and what I know about her here. And I love her immensely for the kindness and the sincerity, the consistency, all of these things that I internally have seen as her past. She could be at home shoplifting and kleptomaniac. She could be at home she could be dealing out to cleaning. She could be the domestic violencer. Trust me, she's not. But I don't know. She could be shooting Cleanie with the slingshot. She could be starving Ava. I don't know any of that. What I do know, I make a judgment on her. I have opinions of her. She beats me, Pops. She does not, Cleanie. She does not. Okay, I'm using her as an example because I know it's safe. She won't be upset with me later. Wait. Okay. Niffy has the clearest view of who she is. Probably next to that would be Cleanie. Then probably one of the kids. Then some parents. But they're still the only thing Cleanie even knows about Niffy is her past. He just knows about, did she give me a kiss this morning or not? You know what Niffy knows? I have an intention of kissing him this evening. I'm going to be good to him for the rest of today. She gets to live in that time. Whatever she did in the past doesn't even matter anymore. Not to the present. And if we're judging her on it, we're only judging her on a portion of the picture. If I'm judging anybody, I'm only judging you on a portion of the picture. It was usually the portion you wanted me to see. Listen, since everyone only has access to a few pieces of our puzzle, or the big old puzzle, I only have access to a few of her pieces. Guess what? You only have access to a few of mine. Since everyone only has access to a few pieces of our puzzle, it doesn't make sense to value how one person sees the whole picture. Oh, it's so important to me that Woz thinks I'm the greatest thing that ever lived. Woz only has seen a portion of me. The portion we've seen of each other we like, but we've only seen. How important does it have to be for me to want that guy to think I'm something? What's important is what I think of myself. No matter what he thinks about me. If he thinks I'm the greatest thing that ever lived, it's based off of this much information. If he thinks I'm the sloppiest, crappiest, kookiest, get out of townish, it's based off of this much information. I can only value it so much. It's almost an emotional equation. How much can you value something that only has X amount of data in it? The whole puzzle is more important than the individual piece. Than those individual good act, bad act, good, judge, criticize, pick on, gossip about. All. The whole puzzle, the whole of Vegas, Mandy, is more important than these little sections that she sometimes doesn't want anybody to see. We don't judge you on those. We're not supposed to. I'm trying not to. If I judged you on those, I know for a fact I'm judging you on that much information. I'm judging them on the way they look. I'm judging them on the way they drove a car. I'm judging them on the way they caught only 2 fish. I don't know anything more. You know what that says to me? Stop judging. You're the worst judge in the world of other people. You don't have the information. you don't have it. The whole puzzle is more important than the individual pieces. Give me 5 people that agree to that. Reserve our opinions. Reserve them. Hold them to yourself. Don't add weight to someone else with your opinion that has this much value. I'm going to read this straight. This is important, you guys. We feel judged, and we need to release ourselves from the understanding that their judgment of us is based off of, usually it's you guys know I love my brother, complicated relationship. He still sees me as the 30-year-old dope slinger. That's his experience with me. That's when he knew me and we lived in the same house, same neighborhood, same friends, until I moved on and he did other things. And I grew or whatever, and he went in that direction. In his mind, his judgment still includes all that data. And it doesn't have a whole lot of new data in there. And I can't even tell you how important it was to me and my brother, for my brother to think I'm wonderful. It isn't anymore. I mean that. I want him to, but that's not important. He doesn't have the data to fill in the last 30 years. He'll hear a story here, a story there. He doesn't know. So should I value his opinion of me? My own brother. What we've done in the past is not the only thing that decides who we are. But it's the only thing that others can see and have opinions about. So let's stop worrying so much about what others think and chasing their approval. The chase for outside validation will leave us lost and confused and exhausted and spinning in circles and striving and thirsty and making bad emotional decisions. Listen to this. It's great to celebrate a person's accomplishments. We mean that. Celebrate each other's accomplishments. Celebrate mine. Celebrate when we get to 25,000 subscribers. Celebrate when we get to 1 million plus viewers. Celebrate what we do as a group and as a community. That's great. And I mean it. We need to celebrate. I have a favorite basketball player, artists, and even thought leaders. But I understand that I'm only seeing a fraction of them. And I don't judge them too intensely based on what I see from my seat in the nosebleed section of their life. The nosebleed section of their life. That's where we live. Most of us, I got a nosebleed section of Niffy's life. I'm not going to judge her too harshly from the nosebleed section. Nor should she care too much what the guy up in the nosebleed thinks. Am I right? Nerdy! We're always in the nosebleeds and we don't even know it. That's right, homeboy. This realization has taken a lot of pressure off of me to impress other people. Now it's not that important to impress everybody, including the nosebleeds. They can't even see I'm doing a magic trick or something, they're up in the nose. They can't even see it. They got to bring cameras in. And then it's not even, you might as well be at home watching it on TV. It's taken the pressure off of me to impress other people. Once we realize that you only have a nosebleed view of me. What? They don't think I'm cooler than that? Bro, this is how much they know about you. It's allowed me to move forward a little less impacted by their praise or their criticism. Oh, if they don't tell me that they love me, I quit. Do you know anybody like that? Pretty impacted by their praise. He said I was a stinking winky. I quit. They're pretty impacted by criticism. Guys that can find a balance in there, it's like, yeah, the guy was in the nosebleed. What do I care? Allows me to worry less about opinions of others. Guess what? When I worry less about opinions of others, guess what? Boop, boop, guess what? I'm now free to love people more. I'm free to express my emotions. I'm free to be present. I'm free to not worry about what I did in the past that I can't change. I can't impact it anymore. I can't make you think this and that about it. I don't even care, nosebleed. Think about that half the time. Almost everybody that you're starting to worry about, they think they're in the nosebleed of information about you. Thank you, Amelia. We judge others not on their behavior. We judge others on their behavior. And we judge ourselves on our intention. I'm going to read this paragraph and we're going to be done for today. The reason we judge ourselves on intentions is because we know our intentions. We have the additional context. We know our past. We know what our plan is to do in the future. When I have an intention of doing something today, and I wake up and I don't even get out of bed and I just lay around in a warm bed and I don't do it, I can judge myself now. I know what my intention was. My intention was I was going to go to the bank and I was going to fill out this and I was going to go over there and I was going to take care of that business and this, and then I'd drop by the tax guy. That was my intention. Instead, I'm laying in bed like a lazy shark. I can judge myself because I know my intention and I have the full context. You seeing me lay in bed like a lazy shark doesn't mean I'm lazy. You don't know. You're just judging me off the behavior of, oh, I see him laying in a bed. You don't know if I'm laying in bed because I got COVID. When we see what others are doing, that context is missing. And we have to start assuming stuff. We have to start assuming we know why they're laying there. We're laying there because they're lazy. Maybe. Might be laying there because he had a heart attack. We have to start assuming the reason other people make the choices they make. It's none of my business. This is where choosing curiosity over judgment is important. If others choose to judge us more than be curious about us, that's their problem. See, the curious person, they don't judge. They just ask a question. Is there a reason you're laying in bed? Is there anything I can do to help? They don't immediately say, no, please, you son of a gun. They're curious. They're not judging. Curiosity usually means you have the openness to be kind. You're also not judging, so now you have the opportunity to be helpful. People have ill-informed opinions. They're stuck with them, not with us, not with me. Your ill-informed opinion about me is stuck with you. I'm just doing tea every day. And finally, people can only love us for yesterday. People can only love us for yesterday. But we exist in the here and now. And we make choices for tomorrow. So let's focus on the gift of the present. Be the truest version of yourself today. Allow self-love to flow in abundance. Great stuff today. We'll do some more fun giveaways, more transfer of information tomorrow. We have some really neat new news in this world of mycology and psilocybin research. Some great articles I'm going to share too with you tomorrow. I just need to remind ourselves, we have really no right to judge other people from the nosebleed because we can't see the whole thing. And nor should the people that are being judged give a darn. All of that extra time spent is spent in a place filled up with something other than an opportunity to give away goodness. And if we get rid of all of that, we don't concern ourselves with it too much, and we act with integrity, we be impeccable, we don't make assumptions, we don't take things personally. And then at the end of the day, you look back at your day and go, you know, today I did my best. I really know I did my best. Every day's best isn't as good as the last day. Today you're going to do a little bit better in a certain area right now because you have more information. You're going to be a little bit less of a nosebleeder. And you're going to care a little bit less. You know, you're going to be a little bit less of a judge from the nosebleed. And you're going to care a little bit less about what the nosebleed judges think. You will. Because you have a little more information today. So we're going to all do our best. New information, new stuff comes in. We keep doing our best. Can I see you guys here tomorrow? See you guys here tomorrow. Same mush time, same mush channel. And I'll tell you my, Flower, if you come back tomorrow, I'll tell you my favorite quote. Okay? And some of you know it. Some of you know it. Has to do with jumping off of a cliff and landing on a feather bed. Some of you know. Amelia, come back tomorrow. And everybody else, Melody and Flower and Dee Anderson and Mr. Marmars and Joe Dees and Mr. Phillips and Vaggie, my girl. And DV Boy, and the Robot, and Tree Stump, and Shiny, and Hags. You have a wonderful day, my good friend. DV Boy and Marcus Aurelius Marley, thank you. And Penny Pack, I'll see you pulverizing tomorrow. Shy, give a hug, you get a hug. Amelia, thank you. Cleanie, cold summer and a hot winter. Aren't our Shrooms, CCS, giving hugs. Cobalt, he gives hugs. Joe D's. Herbie one's, I'm sure, okay. He gets a day off, right? Penny Pack, Badge A, you are. Nerdy, Jesus Christ, Jolie, hello, girl. Kimberly, and Laura Divine. Laura, you're awfully divine. Kimberly's got an RMMF this weekend. Let's talk about that tomorrow. Laura, have a divine day. I'm glad I was back here today. Niffer Mama, thanks for letting me call your name out today and use you as my perfect example. Flower, D. Anderson, Mike Baraball, Kenny Dubroff, Flower, Cat Meow, Zilla, Cleaning, I love you. I'm gonna get you one of these days. CCS, Michael, Shanti, Shine is shining, Jesus Christ in Australia. B. Hendricks and Homa Boy and Melissa G. and Tree Stump B. and the Wazee. Lee, and Cobalt, and Jesus Christ, and Amelia, Mike Barball, and Mark Zameron, and Joe Dees, and Shine, you bet it was, Melody, and Flower, and Jimmy the Max, and Nippy, and Cleany. Hello, Ava. I mean it. Hi, Ava. Joe D's, Mr. Marmars, Melissa G, Shiny, thank you, Melissa, Melody Dawn, Pops, peace out, gone. See you guys tomorrow. Love you, and thanks for being here.